Welcome back, folks. We are on Johnny Salami. We're actually back at the bar. I've made the M16A3. It's +5 because the M4 that I used to make it was already +5, so it should be 820 shots a minute on the stats here, but it's actually 838 because of the +5. This is what the stats look like, though. We're actually going to be doing some pickle farming because I need to make the Explorer armor so that I can eventually make the Scat 9. So we'll see if we can get a little bit of PvP action with this thing. I do have mods on it because I had some to throw on it. Pretty much just have the underbarrel grip that you get from the story quest, the AK one. 3 lasers, the suppressor, and the 40 round mag, plus the Leopold 2.4. Let's go see if we can snag some pickles here. I'm gonna actually back up and go to this little stalker encampment here, because there's a lot of people over there. Mm, 17 pickles, that's not bad. Way too many stalkers over there at the moment though, so I'm gonna dip back. I am using the incendiary rounds for the M16. They have almost as much armor penetration as the armor pen rounds, but they have the burning effect so that you get a little bit more damage after you stop shooting. And that's essentially all I do for pickle farming is I try to dip over there, dip down, kill some stalker NPCs, maybe knock out a stalker encampment, and then run back and drop the pickles off. I've only bumped into one mercenary guy, and that was right at the beginning of this video. We both zoned out of the bar at the same time, and he did the crouch spam in front of me, so he didn't look like he wanted to fight. His name was Toy Stories or something like that. So hopefully we won't have to deal with mercenaries too much. Let's go dump these pickles off. I only need 112 total for this next upgrade, and everything I need after getting this upgrade for the Explorer armor is going to be from the Fool's Path, so I won't have to worry so much about it. I could always try to loot some pickles from these boxes and such, but that takes so long. I will eventually, after I get done with the pickles, I have to actually get some more alpha data fragments and some blue yeast. But the blue yeast I'll worry about once I'm done with the pickles, because we can do that on our side of the bar. Well, there's no stalker NPCs here, and there's no encampments close, so there we go. At least this wasn't a total waste of a run over here, since there were actually some NPCs to kill. Got another 12 pickles. What sucks is if I bump into a mercenary, I don't know that they're a mercenary until after I've like killed them or shot at them, you know? I kind of wish the sub-faction PvP was disabled around the bar. Like, I'm fine with it being enabled like in the pit and everywhere else, like Dead City and all that, but around the bar I kind of wish there was no sub-faction PvP. We're only at 50 pickles. Kind of feel like I need to just do a little bit of looting real fast. The only problem with looting this as a sub-faction member is it's so easy for one of the other sub-faction members to come up behind you and shoot you while you're in a box and somewhere where generally you're safe. Wonder why it doesn't show me sometimes where people are dying. Make a run back to the stalker side and see if any of the NPCs or one of the close stalker encampments is up. Oh shit, I didn't mean to. Gotta be careful. I didn't mean to go back through the teleport. Fuck! Me accidentally hitting the teleport back really screwed me there. Somehow somebody looted my backpack that fast. Well, there's really not a lot of reason to go farther than that because there's no NPCs in front of me and there's no stalker encampments that I see anyway. All right, there we go. A nice little 24 pickles. Now, if you want to get a little bit more frisky and risky, you can always go farther into their territory to kill more NPCs, or try to dip down and get farther into their area where the other stalker encampments are. But honestly, it seems like every time I've tried that, it just doesn't pay off. Like, you may get more pickles, but it seems like every time I do that, I die and I don't get my bag back. Like, they won't auction it or they won't mail it back. They just, I guess, throw it in a bush or vendor it. Results may vary. All right, so we're up to 89 and I only need 112. That's actually not bad. I will eventually have to come back and farm the bar more, at least on my main character. I'm going to be wanting to make all of the best armors. So I'll want the Scat 9. I'm going to want the highest level combo armor, because I think that's getting a buff in the next update. So I will be having to come back and eventually farm more pickles. Yeah. I hate the transition point. Like, the transition point is like gonna get me killed. I kind of wish that when you went through a transition point, it would put you like a few feet in front of the transition point instead of putting you directly at the transition point, so that if you accidentally move, you know what, I'm not going to make it back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in this bush and die so that I can go back and get my bag, hopefully. So we've gotten all the pickles we need. Now all we need are alpha data fragments, and there's been quite a lot of mercenary PvP in the area here. So we're going to go hit this, whatever this thing is called, for these alpha data fragments here. I was trying to not kill him, but I should have just killed him instead of trying to be nice. You can't really even make the conscious choice to not kill a sub-faction person, because you can't tell if it's a stalker or another sub-faction person. Okay. We're going to try to go to the pit and see if we can do some scanners, because I don't really see a whole lot more of the data fragment things popping over here. Now, one of the shitty things about going to the pit is there's going to be a ton of mercenaries, I think. Let's go this way, because I think I have a quest. Oh, by the way, there's a glitched signal in the pit. If you ever get a signal that takes you to this border right there, it's glitched. It'll try to make you go into the fire area. And you can't actually get the signal. Whoever that mercenary was, I didn't get his name. He didn't try to kill me. Yeah, see that guy? Whoever that was, he's chill. He didn't try to kill me immediately. Which, to be fair, I try not to kill the mercenaries when like I'm in the pit and shit like that. I try not to shoot them immediately, but a lot of the times they immediately start shooting at you, so you don't really have a whole lot of choice. I do wish there was a way to quickly identify if somebody was a merc slash, covenant, if you're of the other sub-faction, before you start lighting them up. Somebody suggested that their names be yellow instead of red if they're the opposite sub-faction, to give you a heads up that they're hostile, but give you the option to not just immediately shoot them. I think that's going to do it for the M16A3 video. If you're going heads up with a AS Val and you're not at a pretty good distance, the AS Val is going to win. If you both start aiming at each other, ADS at each other's head at the same time and pull the trigger, the AS Val will beat you, most likely because of the extra damage. It's happened a couple times since I made this gun where you'll aim at somebody and y'all both start shooting, but the AS Val just seems to destroy, even though the fire rate is slower than this one. And the VSS has a 1.5 times headshot multiplier where this only has a 1.25. So, but this is a really good gun and it's pretty highly customizable as well. You can put all kinds of crap on this thing. I'm definitely not running the best setup for it because I'm just using this tactical grip. I'm just using this for keeping things quiet. You might be better off with a muzzle brake instead of a suppressor since this messes up your damage at range. I've got the RAS M16 handguard and then 3 of the green lasers, rocking the Leopold 2.4 and the 40 round mag. I'm probably gonna use this gun for the most part. I was honestly looking for the next gun I make. I was debating making the AN94 Abacan and not using it as a full auto gun. The burst rate of fire is 1,200 shots a minute. That is a ton of damage going out if you can hit your shots. I don't know how bad the recoil is on it. It still is a 5.45, which is kind of shit. But if it is actually 37 damage per shot and you're doing 1,200 shots a minute, I don't know if that's a good gun or not. This thing might torch. I don't know. I'm debating making this one next. But at the same time, the Warren HK looks really good too. The only thing I don't like about the Warren HK is that it's a 20 round magazine. But that 47 damage per shot, I know it's only 540 shots a minute, but at the same time, the Warren VSS is only 590 shots a minute. So I kind of just did this video since we're doing one video per weapon instead of just a big video with all the different weapons and their fire rates. I kind of wanted to show you a little bit of what it might be like if you were running around farming as well. So that's what we did. We just ran around. We did a little bit of pickle farming. We went out to the pit a little bit. And it's essentially just going to show you the few little PvP encounters I got into. Sometimes you get the drop on people. Sometimes you get just absolutely destroyed. And with a game like this where the time to kill is so fast, it all really comes down to who's hitting their shots and who gets the first sight on somebody else. If this helps you out, go ahead and drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you all have a good one, and I will catch you in the next video. You guys take it easy.